Hi, my name is Arber. I attend Staten Island Technical High School and I'm a sophomore. In the first few days at Blue Stamp, I built a Theremin, which is a electronic musical instrument which creates different notes of different pitch based on the relative position of your hand to the antenna. And while doing this project, I learned a lot about circuit boards in general and capacitors and how the circuits and the capacitors and regulators help to control the electron flow within the circuit board. So, when you turn on the Theremin, the electrons flow through the battery into the capacitors, and the capacitors are here, and they store the electrons and release them when the battery is turned on, and they flow into the regulator, which is right here, and the regulator regulates the flow of electrons throughout the circuit board, and eventually the electrons will flow into the antenna. And when this happens, which is this wire right here, and when this happens, a magnetic field is created around the antenna. And this is important because when your hand moves around the antenna, the electrical energy in your hand will react with the magnetic field that's created. So this discrepancy is then transmitted to these chips here through the form of electrons, and from the chips it goes into the piezo, and the piezo transfers the electrons and turns them into sound, and that's the sound that you hear when you actually turn on the Theremin. I'm going to show you guys how it actually works. When you plug into the battery, it already starts to react, and there's two modes that the Theremin actually operates in. There's continuous mode, which is once your hand reacts with the antenna, it unleashes one continuous note which changes pitch as I move closer. So I'll demonstrate now. So you can see as I move closer to the antenna, the pitch actually gets higher, and I can create different notes by moving it around or using two hands. And then there's a second option, which actually separates the continuous note, and it actually creates separate notes. And the same applies from the continuous mode. So when you get closer, the notes are higher, and when you get further away, the notes are lower. My next project is going to be a 3-joint mechanical arm.